Tackle Junkies, what's going on, everyone? Really appreciate you guys and gals for clicking on the video. Big shout out to Carl's for sponsoring today's video. I'll have them linked down below. I'll pop my code up on the screen as well. Feel free to use that. Save 10 bucks on orders, $25 or more. But in today's video, we're going to put the bait fuel to the test. I have one bag here of the Biospawn. These are the Vile Craws and the Vile Bugs with no bait fuel on them. Then I have another bag here with 5 of the Vile Craws and 5 of the Vile Bugs. And all we're going to do is squirt a little in there, like so. I don't believe you want to add too much because it's water-based. I believe it will kind of, blow the baits up. So just enough to get them wet, squish them around there. We'll let them marinate on the way to the lake, and we'll see how they do once we get there. Gonna make 2 rounds around the pond, one with bait fuel, one without. See which one wins. See you guys at the ponds. All right, Big Mike, what are you rigging up, dude?
Zakusha.
Mike's going with Sakushi. Sakushi. Saikushi. Show you guys a little something here. Here's what I'm working with today. Got the Okuma Psycho stick. I believe this is a heavy. Yeah, 7.2 heavy, fast action. Got the Revo Rocket. This is the fastest reel that I own, coming in at a 10-1. That is 17 pounds Seagar Abrazex. You'll see here, I don't have anything rigged up yet. I got one of these little deals on here from Rapid Fishing. So you can have the line ran through your guides, but have the line there at the tip, ready to roll. Pop that off. Then you can just, of course, cut that end off there and tie your hook on. So that's what we are going to do. All right. So we have the non-bait fuel and the bait fuel. And then we have to tie on a hook here. Gonna go with a little Mustad EWG grip pin 4/0. Then let's go with a 1/4 ounce tungsten weight. And I think we're going to peg it as well, just because of all the moss and crap that's on this lake. So a little Mustad peg there. Let's get that rigged up. Okay, let's cut the end of that line off real fast. And these things are pretty cool. You can leave them at the tip of your rod there, or if you're just storing your reels for winter time, you're traveling with them, you can leave it there on the end of the line guide on your reel. Yeah, they're just called the Rapid Fishing line clips. Pretty slick there. Anyways, we got our peg here. Put your line through the hole there, pull it on, slide her up. Let's put our weight on, and then tie our hook. Palomar knot, pretty much all that I tie. We're gonna cut off that little kink there from the bobber stop there. All right, double line through the eye. Make sure your lines are not crossed. Like so. Loop, bring the hook through the loop, grab that loop, wet your line, cinch her down like so, and cut off the tag end. And I think it's going to be fair to go with a Biospawn that does not have bait fuel on it. We're just going to start with I think we're going to start with a beaver. Little beaver. So no bait fuel on these. We'll make a round, see how we do, and then of course we'll use the ones that have the bait fuel on them, and we'll see which catches the bigger fish, and of course how many as well. But if you guys are wondering why I came out to this pond versus going to a bigger lake, I mean, you're not always guaranteed to catch them here, but I know how these ponds fish, and majority of the time you can catch a pretty good bag here. So I just figured this pond would give us, or really show us, the best results if it's going to work any better or not, or possibly catch a bigger fish. So Line her up with your thumb there. Go in, dead center, and then you can just bury it right under that rib. Pull the tabs, slide down your weight, fiber stop, and you are good to go. I had it there at the end.
Huh?
Someone bit me here at the end.
Alright, go back in for
That was a bite. He had it there for a second. All right, we're at the juicy drain. There's the dock drain. Been fishing 10 minutes, did have one bite, but did not hook up. All right, he's got it. Had it. That's two that ran with it, but that's, Mike, that's a good sign. If all we get is like short strikes with this, not really taking it, but they're really eating the ones with bait fuel, that tells us something, right? So that's 2 bites, but no like takers. All right.
Yeah.
Again, no bait fuel. Because to me right now, this bite's already slow out here. This is very slow.
Yeah, I haven't got hit on this scoopy.
Yeah, you got nothing on the Scoochie, and I should have already caught a few at least. But like I said, we are dealing with this mat here too, but there's gonna be fish on the outside of it. Some are gonna swim to the bait that are under it. All right, here's a bite, here's a bite. Here we go.
Thank you.
No. Oh. Okay, so we re-rigged another vile bug, no bait fuel. Gonna go back for that fish. So we've had 2 bites and then really 1 fish on, but came off. But I still think this is all good signs because 2 bites, 1 fish came off. It could have been, maybe I didn't set the hook hard enough, or they just really weren't eating it. Again, that could be great for round 2 if they're choking it and getting it good. So we're halfway around the pond and we don't have 1 fish in the boat. This is not a great sign. Got one?
Thank you.
No. Well, that's a fish.
That is true.
But that is a fish. Not a tank.
But not a little one. And
Well, he's a little one, but that's still a fish.
it ain't a little one.
This is the first fish on the vile bug with no, what do they call it?
Snap.
No, it's the fuel. Can't think of the name of it now.
Fish fuel.
Fish fuel. I don't even know the name of it. What's it called, Mike?
It's something fuel.
Jet fuel? No, it ain't jet fuel.
Isn't it like, no. Bait fuel?
Bait fuel. So that was the first bass in the boat on the Biospawn vile bug. No bait fuel. So it's 2 bites, had 1 on, and then 1 in the boat. Okay, he's got it. There's 1 right here at the boat. At the boat. Pulled my claws off. Here at the boat, pulled the claws off. He actually hit it twice. Time before and then just now. Pulled the claws off. So, and this is round 1. We're here at the dock. So we've had 2 little bites that didn't really even take it. Like a little tap, didn't even take it. So 2 bites. We had the 1 that came off. Could have been my fault, or he just didn't eat it, or whatever the case may be, but he came off. Then we caught the 1 little 1-pounder. So that's 4, right? And had 2 bites right here. Most likely a really small fish. And on the second hit, pulled off the claws. So my thought on this would be, I don't know. they're just not eating it, maybe, you know? Yeah. We did have thunderstorms this morning. I don't know. But they're not really eating it, I would say. So now we're gonna put on a vile bug that has bait fuel on it. And we don't really need to catch that many fish to prove that it works. If we just get 2 or 3 in the boat that eat it, I would say it worked a bit better, I would say, you know? But let's just see how many we catch, the quality of fish that we catch, and go from there. And you guys let me know in the comments as well. So anyways, let's put on a vile bug with bait fuel. You can see there's the full bag. Here is the bag with some bait fuel. Looks like it's leaving kind of like a little, I don't know, creamy residue in there. Or maybe that's from some of the biospawn scent. I don't know. Anyways, you can see that there they are though. You see me pouring the bait fuel at the house. Let's grab one here. Yeah, you can kind of see like a creamy little residue on there. And there's no additional scent. Like, we can't smell this, Mike. That's why they could be scamming us, because we can't smell it. How do we really know? But that's why we're doing this video. We'll know. We know how this pond fishes. Right now it's not fishing well. But if we catch a few on it with bait fuel, that's gotta mean something. It's not that it's all that expensive, you know what I mean? So if anything, if it just gives you some confidence and you feel like you're catching a few more fish, well then to me it's worth it.
Yeah.
So, now some guy said it was pretty slimy to rig. It don't feel really any more slimy to me than just the regular biospawn scent. Okay, line her up here, like so. Chuck it. Give her a little tuck. Pull the tabs. And let's get after it, man. Nothing has changed. Basically, same conditions. Same rod and reel, same line. Only difference is the bait fuel. Now, it's been marinating for a few hours. I wonder how long it lasts. Maybe halfway through, we'll switch it out, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure if you just wipe it on before you cast, it ain't gonna last but a few casts. But it's been marinating for a few hours, so. Oh, we're past the drain, about midway, or more than midway down the stretch here, and no bites. We've made it down to the curve here on the next stretch. Right after this tree is where we actually had our first fish on and lost it before. But right now we're coming up on no bites with bait fuel. We're gonna go halfway and I'm gonna switch baits to make sure we have a fresh bait. I'm not sure how long the stuff will last. But like I said earlier, it has been kind of marinating for like 3 hours in the heat too. So I would think it's, okay, this could be a fish right here. Huh? See that? Yeah. I think that was a shad. That wasn't even a bass.
And you throw off.
The shad, I didn't think shad eat crawfish. That was a shad.
That was a ginormous shad too.
Oh, there's a huge shad in here. That was a shad. Does that count? So, on the other side of this hill, if you guys can see that, is the dock. So we fished that stretch and this whole stretch here. So we're basically halfway around. I had the shad on. So far, I think that's what that was. I think we had a shad that just had a hold of it, which is pretty unusual. But I don't believe that was a bass. And like I said, I almost thought like I had moss on. It didn't feel right, and it was a shad. So what I'm going to do is take this one off. Again, I don't know how long this stuff lasts, but I don't want somebody saying, "Oh, it done wore off after 10 minutes." So, like I said, we fished half of the lake so far. The shad was the only thing that was interested so far. So we're going to put on a fresh one here. Fresh one, bait fuel, nice and creamy. Again, going with the Vile bug here. You can kind of see it on my hands there. Just a little kind of like, looks like cream slime almost. Again, I'm not sure if that's just kind of mixed with the scent that's already on these or what the deal is there, but you can tell it's on there. It definitely puts some lube on them, for sure. I guess if anything, if it doesn't really end up working, it might be a good lube for your baits. You know, if you're gonna throw them in bags like I do so they don't dry out and all that, and you don't really want to add any scent, it would be good for that, but you just gotta watch how much you add, because like I said, it is water-based. If you add too much, your baits will kind of expand, kind of blow up. So I gotta watch that. Anyways, Gonna continue on here. We're in this little pocket. We're gonna go back to the dock. So far, Mike, I'm not really impressed. I mean, it's a super slow bite right now, but the bait fuel is not getting me any more bites. Am I looking at that wrong? You know, I didn't really catch much without it. And so far, I haven't caught anything with it. You know, so. And everyone watching this video, or most people watching this video, if you've seen any of my other videos at these ponds, I mean, we usually have pretty solid days out here, so. I mean, it's summertime, it's hot. And I thought about picking a 10-inch worm, but I didn't want to do that either because sometimes the smaller fish may shy away from that bigger bait. I wanted a bait that dang near any fish would eat to try and keep things fair, you know. But I've had good days out here with the wild bug. Today is not one of them. But like I said, we don't need to catch a lot of fish to see if this works. We just need to outfish round one. Oh, one had it right here. One had it. He a little guy, I seen him, little guy. He was messing with it as I was popping it. Hook's not even out. But he had it. We'll count that. That was one. But again, camera may have picked that up. He didn't eat it though. Like I said, it didn't even break it out of the skin there. I was working it and he hit it. Which is actually a good thing because a few of them did that without bait fuel. And with bait fuel, he didn't choke it anymore. And that's a wrap, boys. Let's go have a quick chat. Tackle junkies, hopefully you guys can see me. It looks like I'm a bit shadowed. The camera's gonna overheat and I got you guys under the Diamondback, but we're just gonna make do. We just got off the water, I don't know, 3-4 hours of fishing, and you guys seen the outcome. Now, I've been trying to think, if we would have caught a bunch of fish, let's say like, I don't know, 8 or 10, with or without bait fuel, then maybe a dozen or 14 the other way, maybe those fish still would have bit it vice versa, you know what I mean? Let's say 8 or 10 bit it without bait fuel, 12 or 14 bit it with. Maybe those that bit it with would have bit it without too. I don't know. But I think the fact that we caught really one fish, okay, one fish without, and then switched to bait fuel, and if I didn't put that part in the video, halfway through I did put a fresh one on, so I knew the bait fuel was still like on the bait. I don't want you guys saying, oh, it wears off in 10, 20 minutes, whatever. Like I said, halfway through I did put another one on, so I don't know. But only one fish in a boat, and that was without bait fuel. Now, it's summertime, it thunderstormed, or we had thunderstorms earlier today, or this morning I should say, last night even, but it is summertime. Would I've done better with a 10-inch worm? Possibly. But again, I wanted to use a small enough bait to where I felt any size bass would hit it. That's why we went with the vile bug. So I felt I had pretty good chances catching any size fish in the lake. Again, it is summertime. Some of you guys may say, oh, they might be deeper right now. Of course, some of them are. But I've been fishing this pond for like, I don't know, 20 years. And every summer I can catch them like I did today. But really, with or without bait fuel, the bite was terrible. But switching to bait fuel did not get me any more bites. So I'm not saying I'm not going to use it anymore, but I think this was a pretty fair test. We all know the fish that are in this pond. And I mean, not many bit without it, and we only had a couple bites with it. But only one fish made it in the boat, and that was without the bait fuel. So you guys tell me your thoughts on this. I mean, I didn't gain any confidence in it. I kind of thought to myself, if I would have made round 2 and caught, you know, 4 or 5 fish, even if I didn't really believe it worked, it may have gave me some confidence and I may have continued to use it, but now I'm kind of like up in the air. I mean, I don't know. it didn't really impress me, but even without it, the bite sucked. But the point of this stuff is to help you catch more fish. I'm sure we were around some fish and bait fuel didn't really make them bite. And again, I'm not sure if this is scent that we can't smell and they can, or if it's something they taste and hold on. But the couple bites we had, they didn't even hold on long enough or even get it deep enough for me to hook them. So like I said, I don't know. I'm not really a believer. I mean, Mike, you've seen it, and you know, what do you think? Mike's just thirsty. He doesn't really care either way.
I can't breathe right now. I got asthma. I forgot my inhaler.
Mike's got asthma, no inhaler, and we didn't bring any drinks, and it's hot.
Yeah.
But guys, I wanted to do a video on it. There it is. I felt I would have had a better shot here versus going to one of the bigger lakes that I take my crest liner to, because I'm lucky to get a bite or two all day there. It'd been hard to see if it worked or not. Where here, I covered the same amount of water, same bait, everything was the same. One had bait fuel, one didn't, and like I said, really no more bites, actually less bites with bait fuel. So I don't know. There you go. Let me know your thoughts down below. Wasn't an action-packed video as far as fish catches go, but it really doesn't need to be to see if this was going to work any better or not. I don't know. We're out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smash the thumbs up. Love you guys. We will see you guys on the next one.
Goodbye.